The following podcast may contain spoilers, strong language, graphic violence, and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Donnie, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 4am podcast, the movie podcast for nerds, by nerds. I'm your host, Rob, joined with my friends,
Brian.
Will.
Tony.
A non-compliant sex robot.
I wouldn't say you're that non-compliant.
Yeah, that's not what I've heard.
We've all had you at least twice today.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Did anyone know that there were more mascots besides of Twinkie the Kid?
Brian's ruining surprises for later, but
I think Brian wasn't here for this.
that's true. Oh, yeah, you may not have been.
What are the mascots? Yeah, speaking of, is it still superhero summer?
It's no. We finally...
2020, y'all.
Yeah, it's a new year.
Merry New Year.
That's right. It's our first episode of 2020.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. That's amazing to think that was over 20 years ago. Jeez, we're old.
Fuck.
Anyway, yeah, there are multiple mascots.
I did not know that.
King Ding Dong.
Wow. Save the one for last.
Coming out strong.
Fruit Pie the Magician.
What the fuck?
Captain Cupcake. Twinkie the Kid. And, of course, the newest member.
Is this the one that people got to write in and vote for?
Yeah, there's a contest to vote for it.
Okay.
It's like a brownie.
What's the newest one?
Fudgy brown bottom.
It's brownies with like a peanut butter stripe. You guys tried them, I think. I had them here one time.
Oh, okay.
What's the one on the bottom?
That's King Ding Dong.
Oh, he looks weird.
How could you not tell?
Ding Dong,
Just by looking at him.
Ding Dong.
Notorious.
You ain't fat. You ain't nothing. So yeah, there is a contest to submit your favorite name at
Fudgy brown bottom.
nameourhostessbrownie.com. And I was going to have all of us kind of do that. We may actually do this as a Patreon thing, I think. So we're teasing it now. And we're going to paywall it.
$1,000 a day. Sorry.
Wait, so what's getting Patreon?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, how much do we have to pay them to listen to it?
We're gonna sit around and we're gonna make up names.
Okay. Fine.
And we're the best one. We're gonna submit and see if maybe they pick our name.
The Ricky Cirillo Brownie Man.
So on that note, shout out to our newest patron, Ricky. Thanks.
Thank you, Ricky.
Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you, Ricky.
Thank you guys for chiming in because I felt my thank you sounded really insincere, but it wasn't.
Most things you say.
It wasn't. Anyway.
Sorry for the interruption. That caught me off guard.
It's okay. You see King Ding Dong.
Yeah, Rob should not have put that out. He
Hey.
should not have his King Ding Dong on the table.
My nickname in high school was Fruit Pie the Magician.
And mine was Twinkie the Kid.
Is it King Ding Dong?
Dude, he went with the more realistic one.
Yeah. I wish I was King Ding Dong. That kid took the prom queen to prom.
Somewhere else too.
We started this year strong with
Friends with Captain Cupcake.
with a nice weird Western.
It's a sci-fi film.
It is, yeah.
Like in its truest form.
Yeah.
Sure. We watched Westworld from 1972? Three. Okay. All right, Tony, you got some details on that film for us?
Sure. Oh, first of all, had anyone seen this before?
Nope.
No, nobody cares.
No,
Nobody saw it.
always,
Nobody cares.
Yep, just me. Okay.
Heard of it, but never seen it.
So, it's directed by Michael Crichton himself, who had only done a few things prior that I'm not going to go about.
Is that the guy from Farscape?
Yes. But yeah, speaking of, he had directed a few TV movies and shows and whatnot. but did not want this to be his big directorial debut, but he was talked into it. I think mostly as a money-saving factor. So yeah, he got on to doing that. He was inspired to do this after he went to Disney World and saw their animatronics and was like,
I can do worse.
well, I think it was like, that's cool and kind of creepy. I'm going to make this into a thing.
That's why the country bears are nailed to the floor.
Five Nights at Freddy.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, the Five Nights at
I'm starting
Freddy.
to wonder if maybe he was on the Pirates of the Caribbean, it broke down, and they did eat the tourists, because this guy's got an issue with amusement parks.
Five Nights at Freddy's actually based on an offshoot of the Chuck E. Cheese band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Droopy McCool.
No,
Max
something
Rebo.
explosion is the name. Yeah, I can't remember.
Explosion?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to go with.
Was Pizza Time Pizza, right? Or
No,
something like that?
I can't
Well, that
remember.
was the name of the building? No, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
It couldn't possibly matter, but yeah.
But yeah, then our good friend Charles Entertainment Cheese came in and stole the spotlight. Speaking of stealing the spotlight, Peter Graves and Leslie Nielsen were up for the main roles of John at one point, and William Shatner was up for the role of Peter. Wouldn't that have been a different movie?
Who is who? I don't know.
Yeah, they never
who's
really
who.
said their name.
John was the doofus with the mustache,
Oh, okay,
and Peter was Josh Brolin's dad.
the much cooler guy that doesn't make it.
Yes.
Plot twist.
And this movie saved a lot of money by reusing a lot of sets and props and so on.
We're using a lot of Yul Brynner.
Yeah, surprising no one. And there were, surprisingly to no one again, a lot of injuries on set.
Really?
Yeah, including, I guess that Snake was milked, so it was not venomous, but it did actually end up biting him.
What the
God.
hell?
Because I guess they patted his arm, but not like enough of it or something.
Wait.
So when he was swinging his arm around, and that snake was just hanging off his
No,
arm.
Most of that was not a real snake.
Okay.
I
For sure.
don't believe you
But-
at all.
They're milking
and
something.
you claim to be a fan of puppet animals. being
That did not look like a puppet animal.
At
But
one
like-
time it was.
There was no point where the real snake was in the same frame as him. So why would they use a real snake in the
Right.
same frame as him, in the same set as him? Like,
Well, two things with that. One, maybe they were, because like that first thing where he hit him, maybe. I'm not remembering it well enough to know if that was all in one take or not.
his arm was off screen.
Was it when it actually bit?
The snake lunged at him from its own camera.
The other option is maybe originally they did have one scene like that, and then they were like, well, we can't do that again because this guy almost got killed.
Okay.
So yeah,
Snake fart.
That's that.
Do snakes fart?
Every-
John, do snakes fart?
Anything with a
Listen,
bone.
Everybody
Right.
farts.
Do snakes fart?
The place smells like they do. So anyone want to guess at how much money this movie cost to
This
make?
is the 70s. I'm saying $7 million.
I'm gonna say $6 million.
I'm going to say $1 million.
I'm gonna say 999,000.
Wait.
That's-
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
Good luck with that.
What if you said $1?
Damn it, you're right.
That was a weird one.
I don't know math.
Well, you got $1,000 margin to work with. You're fine.
Surprisingly, still closer than Brian or Rob. It was $1,250,000.
Damn it.
Wait, $1,000,000.25?
Yes, $1,250,000.
It'll cost you 25 cents for me to milk that snake right now.
You got a guy do it for a quarter.
What's that joke? Like, I have $1,000,005, like from having sex with guys, and like, oh, who gave you the 5 cents? Like all of them.
As pre-Reagan, you could get a lot done with $1 million.
Yeah.
Anyone want to guess how much money this movie made?
It does have a
$2
sequel.
million.
I'm gonna say $30 million.
5 million.
Yeah, Brian said $3 million.
Oh, going to Will then. It was $10 million.
Wow.
That's a nice
pretty
return.
good return.
Yeah.
That is quite a return.
It's like hundreds percent. I don't know.
Not that math.
I
you
mean,
played with just
they did make 100%
Yeah,
back.
that
That's
would be
true.
$2,050,000, right?
Yeah, that'd be $2,050,000. Good night, everybody.
Now, Will not good at math.
I hope there's not a task in The Witcher where I have to do math.
I don't think so.
I'll just use the thing where I can.
Hey, Witcher, how many apples do I have if I had 6 apples?
And the witch.
Well, you
took
use that Witcher
10.
site, and it just makes the equation for you. You just go across the numbers.
And then you set the dude on fire, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I just set the bitch on fire. All right.
Yeah, so that's...
We
Who's
wasted
in this
enough
movie?
time.
Yeah, Joe, who's in this movie?
Yeah, Joe, who's in this movie?
Yul Brynner and some
All
other
right,
guy.
You got Yul Brynner
Mustache
as the guy
face.
chasing the dude for like half an hour.
That's the dude from the Magnificent
Yeah.
Seven.
Basically,
Chase-
yeah,
he's wearing the
literally
same
as the
outfit.
gunslinger,
He is
but
wearing
he
the
is-
same outfit.
Yeah, I mean that was on purpose. He's basically reprising his character.
I never
from
saw that movie.
Magnificent Seven.
It's good.
Magnificent Seven.
You got Richard Benjamin as Peter Martin, James Brolin as John Blaine, Norm Barthold as the medieval knight.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah,
So, guy with 2 names is playing guy with 2 names.
Yep.
2 first names. Okay.
Can't trust him.
that is correct.
All right.
Alan Oppenheimer as the chief supervisor, Victoria Shaw as medieval queen, and Dick Van Patten as banker. People are just called by their roles in Westworld.
They never got names. Only
Mustache
Yeah.
guy and
Who played
handsome guy that
Daphne?
I couldn't step staring at.
Is Daphne not on there?
A non-compliant
I did not
sex
get.
robot.
Yeah, I did not add Daphne to the list.
Did not come to get down.
I didn't realize how big of an actress she was in this movie.
Coming to
Still
your
on the
town.
screen.
I'm gonna turn you down. Non-compliant sex robot.
Was he brought in for being non-compliant?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
hell no.
goodness gracious. This movie starts out weird. Like, we were all confused. We were like, is something wrong with this
Aspect
cop?
ratio.
Yeah,
No
like,
credits or anything.
yeah, I mean, it starts out with this weird, like, super tiny box.
Well, because you're watching a TV.
Right. It's meant to represent watching a television set, which thankfully then it expands out. But there's like, we start out with this guy, just this commercial announcer, and he's just interviewing people getting off the plane from. It's this 3-tiered fantasy world.
Excuse me. I think you mean spacecraft
Hovercraft.
or hovercraft.
Well, did they come back on the hovercraft? I thought they'd fly to the place and then take the hovercraft. I don't remember.
Yeah,
You don't think
they're
they
on a
take the
plane
hovercraft
there.
both ways?
They're
I would
on.
imagine they're going to take the hovercraft.
They're at an airport,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have
Well, it's
been
a
a
hovercraft
hoverport.
port. Yeah.
Dulles Airport. I believe.
Delos.
Delos. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the name of the park.
No.
Where do we
Not-
think this was
Oh,
set?
the
Like-
park is Delos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I thought the airport was Delos Airport, and he was.
You think of
interviewing-
Dulles.
I was thinking of Dulles. I thought it was just like trying to be Dulles without using the name.
No, just dull. It's like they make
Yeah.
pineapples.
Dull ass airport.
and Weird.
So okay, so it's Dulles
Delos.
Delos. Jeez, I'm not gonna get this.
Nope.
Use
Delos-
your DE words.
I'll give you a D
Yeah, who's
word.
bad at
So-
stuff now?
Yeah. It's
Still you.
You're
Stuttering
not
motherfucker.
good at
That
math.
was also Rob.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Rob is not good at speaking.
So it's Delos Park, which is comprised of 3
Not
separate
good.
sections. It's
At
Westworld or Western World, depending on who's speaking at the time. Roman World and Medieval World, and they're all these different theme parks based off of these time periods.
$1,000 a day.
Yeah, full of these NPC robots, for lack of a better term, that you can interact with, and it's just meant
$1,000 a day. and
$1,000.
$70.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
What do you think that would be now? I'm not going to answer.
A
But
lot. I mean, if a blockbuster could be made from like $1 million.
I mean, we could charge whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5,000 a day, $10,000 a day, and people will pay it.
Mhm.
What?
Before you even realize what you have, you're packaging it, you're putting it in a lunchbox.
You want to sell it?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I'm like, that was Jeff Goldblum, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's this dude they're interviewing, and he's like, "Yo, I shot 6 robots."
I think they were all
I think they were
bullets.
robots. You better hope
I
they're
may,
robots.
I may have killed a man.
it's not manslaughter in Westworld.
Yeah.
And
It'd be great
here,
if you just see him walk off and the police just grab him and tackle him to the ground.
With Roman World, they asked this woman, and she's like, "Well, what was your favorite part?" And I go, "The dicks."
Yeah.
And she goes, "The men." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, that's really what they were gonna do
the
with
men
that.
and their dicks. And herein lies the problem inherent in this entire like movie, the whole premise of the movie. It's like
there's a few problems.
well, yeah, I mean, but it's kind of like the overarching problem
Mhm.
that's like, why have none of you thought of this? So, all right, we've got these two people. Oh, and yeah, the third guy that they interview, Tim Mann, with the grossest teeth I've ever seen. It looked like he had tobacco leaves just in his mouth.
Well, I guess
He
he was
probably
just
did.
chewing tobacco for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, probably. It's like, it's the best I ever seen. I'm Tim Mann. You can take that to the bank.
Tim Man!
This is what it looks like once you've eaten out a robot.
It was motor oil.
Oil, yeah.
And vice versa.
I gave up, Joe.
I had these androids that looked like the Wendy's mascots going to town on my Tim Man hood. You know what I'm saying? I was
Anyway.
As long
chawing.
as it wasn't Dave.
Well,
That'd be awkward.
hey, it's the mascots, plural.
Anyway.
Yeah. So you find out here's a place you could go where you can kill and fuck robots.
Yeah. And weirdly enough, not Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean,
Who
they.
hasn't tried? Am I
That's why
right?
Tony had to spend a few nights in the jail.
In the pokey.
Yeah. In the playpen.
So, and it's not simulated versions of either of those. It's actually killing and fucking robots.
Yeah. So, all right. So we get our two main characters. We're on this hover car thing, and they're it's a terrible green screen. It's fun, whatever. Blue screen at this time, I imagine
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah. I do like the shot though of the all the landscape going by in the pilot's mirror shades. That looked pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
And-
But as soon as they like show you the actual windshield,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, we're on the Back to the Future ride.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
He's not
Star
going
Tours.
This could have even been just a projector at that point.
anywhere.
Yeah, it could, yeah, they may have just been in a cockpit in the front of a projector.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, so we see our John and what's the other guy's name?
Mustache.
Peter.
John and Peter.
Mustache and handsome.
Yeah, mustache and handsome. Jonah Hex and Eddie Deason.
Dad of Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
Hey Rob,
Yes.
do they have the holsters, the ones that you could strap to your leg? Because I think that
With
would
the
be
strings?
better. Yeah, I think that'd be better than the other holster.
You know, the last time I went, I got the holster without the strings.
I think what Joe is trying to get at is we immediately wanted Peter to die.
Yo, he was so annoying.
yeah, he was obnoxious.
Or not Peter, I'm sorry.
John.
That was John.
Yeah.
Mustache.
Fuck. Mustache.
Mandark.
Hey
We get
Will, how much did it weigh?
About 3 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it kickback?
A stone.
Did you try doing this thing? What's that called?
Jerking off.
Jerking off.
Cocking it.
Fapping.
Cock-
fapping your weapon.
Cocking it.
So yeah,
It's
so like,
it's not
So
even
it's-
like, yo, did you fuck a robot last time you were here?
So
Something like that.
Yeah, it was President Lincoln.
it's clear that this is Mustache Guy's first rodeo. And
Yeah, and it's
handsome John Brolin, or whatever the fuck his name, has been there at least once. Seems like multiple
James
times.
Brolin.
James Brolin's been there multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess they're like maybe work buddies or friends.
I don't know.
Really-
That does
I think
not
they
say.
met on the thing.
Okay.
No, that can't be. Like,
No, because he knew some stuff about.
He knew he was a lawyer.
John's background, because remember when John was talking about like his ex-wife, and Peter was like, "Shut up about that."
they're like
alright.
they're like real familiar.
Yeah,
All right, maybe they worked. Let's say they worked.
But I understand why you think that, because you look at these two and you're like, one of these is a pity friend.
Maybe it's one of those like he brings a new friend every time. He gets like a discount.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, he gets his points off for signing some sucker
He's
up.
on the Westworld like whatever like premium plan.
he only spends $998 a day.
Yeah.
Or usually this is how he murders people he doesn't
Yeah.
care about.
Yeah, I guess. So we arrive at this Westworld, and it shows
fire up the bluegrass.
you fire up the bluegrass, fire up the character creation sequence where they're picking out their little, their
It's a shopping montage.
yeah, it really is. And here we get introduced to what's his name, Van Patten. Dick Van Patten, and he's kind of a character, but it's kind of overlooked.
Yeah.
That's about as much as that other couple that just kind of die.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's the last you see of them.
Yeah. But
Well, no, because that's
one of them is the
one guy was the knight, right?
Yeah,
and his wife was in Roman times.
There's like a couple, I think, that comes in with them into Westworld, right? When they're getting.
Oh yeah, those they don't.
They're just
nothing
out of the film.
Yeah,
Nothing, people.
we're just there.
So, and then we get kind of this little exposition about how you can tell the robots from their crinkled hands, and
which again amounts to nothing.
it
really does.
Yeah, it really does, because there's not like a scene. You'd think they're like setting it up where there's going to be a scene where it's like, I don't know if he's a robot or not, and like the hands give it away or whatever. No, it really.
There's that one part towards the end where Peter has to prove he's not a robot to that guy with the
but it's so
cart.
nothing.
But then
But
that
it's
guy's
nothing.
immediately
It's
murdered.
yeah.
You expect
it
it to
doesn't
be like Rob said, like the ending is like I gotta destroy this place,
Yeah.
so he has to sneak in and wear like weird
Or-
gloves to pretend he's
yeah.
Or I thought it was going to
something.
at the end, like he thinks he's out, and people come and like rescue him, and then he like
Yeah.
realizes that their hands are fucked up.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it's like,
One of those twisted.
That would have been cool. That would have been a cool ending. But no, instead, so
look at me, I could have been a
all right. Damn you, Michael Crichton.
Yeah, I could have been Michael Crichton.
Fucking
damn
hack.
it.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
I invented Jurassic Park. Michael Crichton's the devil.
That's blasphemy in this house, son.
So then we get this whole scene. They're like in their room or whatever.
the banker's practicing his quick draw and like fires a bullet through his mirror.
Yeah, and this is where we learn that there are real guns and live rounds.
Problem one.
Yep.
What the actual hell?
I understand you have safety features in place, but why is
What is
live
it? What's the
ammunition?
safety feature, Joe?
Yeah, so we learn in a little bit. The safety feature is the gun has a laser thermometer on it,
Yeah.
and if your body temperature is too warm, you're shoot proof. You can't be shot. But that's it. Not like I can identify if it's a robot or not. Just I can read its temperature.
Not just that, but this guy just shot the mirror.
Yeah.
Where'd that bullet go? Somebody
Yeah.
could be dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Could have ricocheted.
Yeah,
exactly.
If Josh Brolin was, in the other room, he could have a bullet in the back of his head right now.
Yeah, there's labs full of people not that far from, could be behind a wall or whatever. But also, what
Most of
purpose
them
does...
aren't.
Well,
Around,
that might actually helped out. They might have had some air.
But what purpose does the live ammo serve? And then even worse than this, in medieval and Roman world, there's sharpened blades.
Those are just
Well, that
There's
is
nowhere to put
that
safety
is
features
problem
on.
number 2. Yes.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
The blade automatically becomes dull when it ceases.
It goes flaccid like a sad dick.
At one point, jumping ahead a little, this dude wears not a mace, a Morning Star, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to predict that. Like, even if he's trying not to hit him, he might hit him.
Yeah. So, like, the whole thing, you're just like, this is horribly irresponsible. And then, all right, I could even accept, though, that you give people the live ammo because you want to make it seem real to them. But why the hell do the robots have live ammunition?
I don't
For no reason. Like,
no reason.
because they're not supposed to be able to hurt anybody.
Joe, why
It
would
wouldn't
you
be real.
Why would you upgrade a robot that can't hurt anyone with superhuman hearing and senses and eyesight?
Why would you turn it into
Well,
a
it's-
Terminator?
Let's pump the brakes on the superhuman eyesight.
I mean,
like, theoretically.
They're supposed to be.
The super dog eyes.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my notes was about how, groundbreaking special effects that was at the time.
It was. I mean, that's very...
Oh, yeah. But
That's like some of the first CGI. In a
We've
film.
upgraded him with the sight of a Class 10 gerbil.
He's got 100 by 50 resolution.
But it is basically like okay, this guy shot him, and he picked a fight and he got shot, and so we had to drag him away. So let's make him a little better and send him back out. Like, we're just gonna keep doing that every time. Like, you know he's supposed to get shot, right?
Yeah,
that's
the
his
whole
purpose.
job.
Yeah.
Alright, so like the next hour of this movie is basically getting you to see how comfortable people in the realm are for when the shit hits the fan.
Just what a great amusement park
So
this is.
It's like they're drinking and fighting, which I don't know how you fake a punch to someone? Like,
But they have done, that too.
Throwing someone off a balcony.
Yeah,
They have still done nothing to explain, and they don't show medieval world very much either, because they have not explained the sword mechanics at all.
Yeah. Just, as far as I can gather, Roman world is just a fuck pile.
Oh yeah, that's literally
just an orgy.
It's just an orgy.
Yeah, it's gunplay, swordplay, and fuckplay. That's it.
Right.
That's what's going on here.
I mean,
It's just hedonism.
So, yeah, now it's weird too, because in the medieval world, there's this knight guy that's like having an affair with the queen, and the queen's like, yo, check it out, you got to fight the Black Knight tomorrow. But he, like, his left eyesight's terrible, so stay to the left, and you'll be good. And then you see the people behind the scenes are configuring it, so now this guy is going to be, like, not favoring his left. You know, that'll be his weakness. But it's like, why isn't that automatically built in? If a robot is telling the person about it, like, why do you have to suddenly customize the robot?
Because we don't actually know how all this stuff works.
Yeah, because it should just be part of...
It's like a dialogue tree in a video game.
It's as if the Queen's dialogue was just improv, and they're just winging it.
I took it a little differently, because he says confirm that's the case. So he says confirm that the left side... So I'm thinking like it's a safeguard. Or
okay, maybe they're doing diagnostics.
Yeah, like let's make sure that that's real before we send them into that fight. Make sure that that's actually
that's fair.
Case, you know. But but what they do is the guy's like he's trying to hit on the queen. I think he asks them to change it so he can fuck the queen. Because one of the cutscenes, there's a guy saying, I have a customer who wants the queen program infidelity into the queen. Like, so people are asking for shit to happen.
Yeah, infidelity.
Yeah.
So
we don't have safeguards against you just rising up and murdering us, but we can program infidelity.
So I forgot that Yul Brynner does really look like a badass. He just walks into a bar.
He's a cool dude.
And you're just like, oh shit, I don't want anything to do with this man.
Yep.
And he's just like, I'm going to talk a bunch of shit about you. And fucking...
Increase the shit talk.
James
Increase
Brolin
the shit
isn't
talk.
even like, yo, talk shit back to him. He's like, yo,
kill him.
Yeah, kill him.
Yo, right to murder.
To be fair,
do it.
That's what they're there for.
It's $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Like Rob said, this is essentially just Red Dead Online. So, like,
I mean, but like,
is this how you want life to be, though? Is like that's where you want your fantasy?
Yeah, like a video game is one thing because there's so much disconnect between your person and the game.
Like,
but in this, everyone looks real, feels real. You're really holding a gun. You are really murdering someone.
I could understand it. Well, okay, I'll put on my little devil's advocate hat.
The one you wear all the time. I know.
Yeah.
It's pretty much your skull.
This is not that guy's first time here. So he may be totally ho-hum about killing robots at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think it is supposedly they have the disconnect because they're all robots. Although, again...
Imagine if they're all Joe Don Baker robots.
Huh?
Imagine if they're all Joe Don Baker robots.
Oh, Jesus.
Just a bunch of Mitchells running, or Final Justice.
So...
he was walking tall too, right?
He was the original walking tall too.
Walking around with that big old piece of wood with a nail in it.
2x4.
So
anyway,
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Freaking Peter here, or I'm sorry, John guns down Yul Brynner. And all the robots are like, all right, whatever, go back to normal life.
Yep.
And then they're like, let's go get some whores.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's what I would...
Again,
yeah,
that's
what else is
what
there to
we're
do?
here to do, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of a boring, like if you think about it, go back to
there's
late
like two
1800s.
things to do.
You could drink at the bar, you could shoot people, you can ride a horse, you can fuck some prostitutes. What else can you fucking do?
I don't know.
You can learn how to play the piano.
I can do that in my current
some
time.
mileage out of this.
It's super glorified time.
Yeah.
Piece. Like,
yes.
they're not going to do the part where, like, you know, if you get a cut, you probably get infected and die. Or,
to get water, you have to go out to the well.
Yeah. Like,
you're not
go to the outhouse.
actually back in the Old West. You're in an Old West movie.
Yeah. Like,
you cannot crap indoors.
Glorify that kind of shit. So, I mean, I get that, I guess. But
because, like, if things were extremely real, it would suck to go back in any time. Like...
are you doing with this cookie?
He's eating it.
I'm eating it.
Yeah.
In quarters?
He's weird. It's Will. Let's do his thing.
We're all weird, okay?
He gets to eat his cookie however he
Do
wants.
his thing.
Yeah.
Will, you enjoy your cookie, Will.
Why you have 2 Powerades?
That's some thirsty motherfucker.
You're dehydrated.
So anyway,
Stop drinking all that
time to get
Powerade.
some sex robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go like they each just grab a robot whore, and suddenly like
What
When
they
you, say it,
are?
when you say it like that, I don't know. It's just funny.
Oh yeah, it is.
and then
Orbot.
yeah, like John's like, hey, I don't know if this is a good idea.
He's more concerned about doing it with a robot hooker than murdering a guy.
Yeah.
To be fair, I would be too.
Uh,
I'd be like, you want me to put my what in what?
yeah.
Is
He's
it like a blender?
Yeah, he's trying to ask. He's like, "What's gonna happen down there?"
How heavy are these things?
But it's
Do
like,
I
yo,
need to be
she's
on
a
top?
lady. Don't talk about her like that.
I mean, I guess if you can't get hands right, I mean, what else can't they get right?
Yeah.
Though?
So
But like I said, that's the first thing they focused on.
Yeah, and it's just like we said, it's just a flashlight full of silly putty.
So I'm guessing there's other people running around because now there's like a gun battle happening. Like they're robbing the bank, and there's just like perpetual. Like I don't know if anybody like can't shoot anybody else because like they're like shooting out there for hours or whatever.
It might be a time thing, like every Thursday at 6, the bank gets robbed.
Well, but
And
that couple disappeared, but that indicates there are other people here.
doing stuff.
What I
Yeah,
would
so-
like to have seen would be an introductory period where on the hover ride there, they go, all right, these are your real people.
Yeah,
These are all people who are real who will be there.
Meet
Because
them,
this
shake
is-
their
because that's the thing.
I kept
Yeah.
expecting it to be like, actually, I think Will joked about it. That's gross. I think Will joked about it, but like they put these weird stickers on, I guess, to indicate which world they're going to. But I expected them to wear that to be like, you're human.
Yeah.
This is how we can tell
Or
you're
at least
humans.
like make them wear a certain color neckerchief.
Yeah,
or
like you
something.
can integrate it into the costume, but like, here's this bright blue.
Rob, the
Tie
90s
or
had special
whatever.
handkerchiefs they made the Jews wear.
Whoa.
Wow, your Office Space joke came just at the perfect time.
Yep. So anyway,
My mind is blown. I cannot go on.
so John's just like trying to ask this girl, like, what's going to happen here? Are you like a fully functional robot?
Well, you're gonna
And what
fill
does
my
she say?
He
canister.
didn't say nothing. She just
Exactly.
And then she
Program
just
not
jumps
to
on him
speak.
and he's like, oh, everything's good. We're good.
No more questions for me.
Everything's fine.
I guess we'll do this.
I'm gonna lose my penis. It's gonna happen. Let's go.
So
Penis extraction
the
complete.
the sex scene is bizarre. It's
We've
not.
seen worse.
We've seen what I'm not saying it's like
For
bad. I'm saying
73,
it's,
that was like...
I'm saying it's bizarre because it's not like it just shows either person's back and it just switches back and forth and it seems like it takes a long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it is weird in the fact that we are spending this much time to show essentially nothing.
It's not graphic. It's not like
you just need them roll like her kind of rolling on top of them and then cut to the morning. Like we got it.
Yeah, here's where I want to know what can the audience see and what can John see? Because, like, after about a minute of rolling around, it makes like a noise and like zooms in on her eyes and they're glowing blue and you're like,
that means she's full.
yeah.
So then she.
But I mean, like, does that actually happen? Because
It's
that's
like
a
Rocket
fucking
Rocket
mood
Robot.
killer.
It's like the battery light at the end of the gun. It's like...
Yeah.
Hit the spot. The head pops up.
No, that means her canister is full. So she needs to go to the window, unscrew
Shoot
her
it out of the
canister, and just shake it out the window. Pop that sucker back in. Give it a quick rinse.
She just kind of stands over the toilet. It becomes like a big vacuum and just.
Well, there's no toilet.
Little
So
sink, little sink bath. And
yeah, there's the There's the tub. I guess you can
Go
do
for
it in
round
the tub.
There's something there.
But the other guy walks by. He's like, "Is it supposed to rain tonight?"
Now we're in an American Pie movie.
But yeah, but like that seems like a pretty weird feature you're going to need to address if that's actually happening in the proximity of John.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if he's just like, "Ugh, don't touch me," and like falls asleep, he doesn't notice. But like,
well, that's the commentary here is that guys are so just oblivious to the woman.
yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
Now, when
I don't know if I go that far, but
in Roman fuckpile world, like when Robot Man, like,
well, those are the deluxe models. They have bigger canisters.
So that Robot Man, when it reaches its completion, like doing that lady who was really into the men, does he just go like in his eyes and like
it's like a little
robotically
when the whipped cream can is out and it's just hot air.
He's actually full of a special brand of cleansing douche. It's totally non-toxic, so you can take it orally as well.
So the lady's eyes light up when they're full. The guy's eyes light up when they're empty.
Yeah. Right. Oh. And they have to go recharge. They go over and plug into a wall.
Yeah, no, the ladies are just they there's a canister that comes out. They put in one of those pneumatic tubes, like from the shadow, and it goes to the guys.
When they're making
plug it in,
when they're making fucking clones of people.
Yeah, maybe.
All right,
the guys just pop in a new pair like batteries.
Yeah.
So,
we'll get to the batteries.
My chamber's
after
empty.
Sexy time is over.
Yeah,
she leaves.
It's never really over, Joe.
And then Peter comes in.
It's been over for me for a while.
This is round 2, cowboy.
Yeah. Well,
saddle
Peter's
up.
just like, so what'd you think? And John's like, I really like it here.
No. He got up like Ernie Hudson at the end of Ghostbusters, covered in white cream.
I love this town.
Yeah. So then, I
love Westworld.
They go to bed, and this is when you see like the cleaners come out at night to get all the corpses off, and they have quite a body count to clean up.
Yeah,
also, like robot horses are apparently super light in this world because 4 guys are just like,
I don't know what the hell was going on with that.
Here's a fun fact for y'all. I bet you if they weren't using actual rounds, they could just have the robots get up themselves.
Yeah.
Instead of shooting holes in fucking robots. That gotta be expensive.
I think Michael Crichton was as bad at math as Will because it didn't do the
we're losing
didn't
millions
do
of
the
dollars
financials on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's laser tag was like, I think it existed in 73 or close to it. You could have just put squibs on the robot's chassis, and then based on where you pointed the gun, it would blow one up.
Even if it didn't exist, it doesn't matter. This is a future world.
That's true. They took a hovercraft here.
Yeah.
I think they do something similar in the TV show where I'm pretty sure it's not actual bullets. It's some kind of like,
I'm sure.
a laser.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Thing, and the
updated.
robots don't have like a real gun, obviously.
So, all right, they throw all the dead robots on a conveyor belt and they go down to like a lab and get repaired and whatnot. And as where you meet the supervisor who's noticing there's a lot more central malfunctions on these robots than usual.
Yeah, this time around it's not like there's no like espionage, there's no Dennis Nedry, causing any problems. It just messes up. Probably getting shot with actual bullets multiple times has caused some problems in these robots.
So now we have a conversation where, like, they tried, but not really. Because, like, the supervisor's talking to all these other scientists, and he's like, so I think there's some kind of disease affecting the robots, because we're having an increased, like, occurrence of central breakdowns, which we weren't expecting. And one of the guys is like, I have trouble believing that there is a disease that could affect robots.
You fool! Preposterous!
Like some sort of a human virus?
And I think at one point in the supervisor guy says that, we don't really know how they work because we made some of the parts, but some of the parts are being made by other computers, and we don't really know about how those parts are made. Like it was some weird
Also, what?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like what?
Yeah, why?
But I mean, being a true like sci-fi thing, that has to be part of the like a futuristic kind of thing, the technology that you don't really know how it functions right. So
put your guest safety into something that you are not sure how it works.
That's where this is a problem because I don't believe this could have a virus, even though it's some computer made by a computer, and I have no idea how it works. No, you guys are controlling these things. I mean, you need to know how they work.
Yeah, you'd be surprised if you go on Disney Plus right now, watch the Imagineering documentary. You'd be surprised how many times the Imagineers just like, Yeah, I'm not really sure how it works, but we just plugged it in.
It's all part of the Disney magic.
Well, you know what it's not doing? Having sex with or firing bullets at guests.
We have a
Disney After Dark.
We have a bunch of robots we use to watch over our children. Some fairies gave them to us. Whatever. That's fine though. Like what? No.
No, we told those robots to go build better robots.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, this can't end poorly.
Why are Oreos so good?
I'm wondering where this
then
plot is
It's going.
going.
Those corn syrup.
So it turns out they just leave like all the robots kind of out, and then at a certain time they all just turn on, and their day starts up, and we see John is taking a bath in a wash tub.
Nice.
Singing about where the buffalo roam, and Pete's shaving and enjoying how much shaving sucked back in the West.
If what's the guy with the mustache's name again?
That's John.
If John had paid like $5 more, he could have got the woman to come in there and watch him. At least that's Red Dead. Red Dead 2 rules.
Watch his little feeties.
Well, if this park existed today, there would be so many like fucking paywalls. Like they would just be like, you could swipe your card on the bathtub and she'll come in and give you a happy ending or something. But anyway,
splash around your bowls for a while.
All he gets is
you want to use running
Brenner.
water?
Yeah,
You gotta pay for that.
all he gets is
you
Yul
want a
Brenner
hot bath.
coming in and starting shit.
You want a hot bath, huh?
Yeah, Yul Brenner gets fixed. He gets out there and immediately he wants revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, because he's
Which is
after.
also weird.
Well,
Yeah, he's after James Brolin.
Well, he's after John, but he ends up
Mustache.
finding Peter in their bedroom, and then he so he's like, all right, well, we'll just wait here till John comes back. But John's too smart for that shit.
Do you think revenge is like supposed to be programmed into the robot?
Right, like that's weird. Man.
I would think no.
No.
Why would you let it keep the memories of it getting shot?
Well,
by
I think
someone?
that
that would be
robot
fun for the
is
guest.
programmed to be the bad guy for them, though.
Yeah.
And I think it's just now it's like, all right, bad guy, got it. Full, no, it's not waiting, it's not setting up anything up clever. It's just
It's turned to 11.
yeah.
Fair. All right.
So now, so we get this weird slow-mo gun battle where John's waiting outside the door like he's going to bust in, and he's wearing just a towel and his 6-shooter. And then this woman like asks him a question across the hall, and he turns around, points the gun at her. She screams. So then he fucking kicks the door down. Yul Brenner is just like stuck in slow-mo, like, it's not my turn, I can't go. And then John guns him down, and he falls out the window.
It's pretty awesome.
Yep. And for 73, I appreciated the attempt at the blood. It's not good.
It's clearly paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super tempura painty.
Well, that's
I'm
not
just like-
just.
But I mean, this was back when you'd watch like D-Day battle scenes where like guys are getting gunned down with machine guns and they just put their hands on their chest.
Oh, yeah.
And fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they also used extra bright paint because he had the black suit on, so we wanted that to show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you gotta make sure it shows up on camera. But
Yeah.
my thing is like, okay, so even if he's set up as like their bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't the hotel be off limits? Like, it seems weird to me.
I was torn because I was going to say similarly.
It's like a LARP. You're always in character.
Yeah, like on the one hand, it leads to awesome moments like this where you get to be the hero and kick down the door and shoot the guy, and that's
Naked,
cool.
though.
But yeah, on the other hand, it means this guy could show up while you're in the bathtub and like jerking off or something. Like, you don't want that.
And now they have to get someone to come up there and fix their window.
I mean, so technically he can't kill you, right? So you could just be like,
Watch me.
let me finish.
Watch it, Yul Brenner.
Or like Silence of the Lambs style, just bah!
Yeah, I'm about to
Right
fill
in
your
face.
about to fill your canister, bro.
Turn around.
Bend over and I'll show you.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
but this is what I don't get. Because yes, I can't shoot you, but I can beat the shit out of you. Like,
Yeah, and that's allowed because we do see the bar fight later.
yeah, like I don't whatever.
So
Well, yeah, but I'm confused because with the bar fight, like
I don't know who's who.
most
Yeah,
of
that's
those
the
are
thing.
robots,
I have no
right?
idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now the sheriff goes and arrests him for killing a Yul Brenner
In self-defense.
in self-defense. So
What
the
the
sheriff's
fuck?
like, I don't give a fuck. Judge is coming. He's going to hang you.
Hang 'em high.
Yep. So Pete's like, all right, I got this. I'm going to go just find this random Indian woman, and I'm going to give her
white woman in Indian face.
Yeah,
Thank you, Will.
No, but the character is listed in the credits as Indian woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
At least it's not like
But yeah,
Lily Dove or
She brought them
something
some curry.
we need to just clarify to the people the air quotes when we say
Yeah.
Indian woman.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes in and sneaks him in like some dynamite with his breakfast. And, you get to have all the classic fun Western times. Like, he blows out the wall with a shell and is somehow fine.
Yeah.
Like, why did they give a guest resort a bomb?
Oh.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is maybe that bomb doesn't actually do anything and it's a controlled demolition that they've preset so that the guests can't hurt themselves.
That must
Who's
be
the sucker that's going and replacing this wall every
Yeah.
night?
They have a master mason
Sucks
on
for that
staff.
dude.
I guess so.
Yeah, you got to clean up like 100 bricks that just got blown over.
The best part is that he it blows up and he gets out totally fine, and they could just like walk away, but instead the James Brolin character just murders the
Yeah, the
sheriff
sheriff's
in
like,
cold blood.
Hey!
Hey, you're not allowed to do that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Which also, then why didn't they just do that to begin with? Like, because I guess this is all like this is to
Fun.
live out that scenario, but like,
Yeah.
because I was also thinking like, are there like some assholes that are spending the rest of the week they're on vacation paying $1,000 a day in jail waiting for the judge? Like
you just walk up, take the keys, open the door. Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? You can't shoot me.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
So,
that works too.
they ride off, and then they're hanging out by a rock somewhere, just being like, "Hey, man, I like your horse." And he's like, "Yeah, I like your horse."
You got a pretty mouth.
No, look out for that snake.
My trouser snake.
And this fucking snake just waltzes up to him, and they're open fire on it like idiots. Like that's gonna work against the snake, and then it lunges at him and bites James Brolin in the arm.
Yeah, if there's one thing I know about rattlesnakes, they really like just going up to people and attacking them.
Yeah. It was coming right at
And he's just like, "God damn it, that's not supposed to happen." All right, let's go to the bar and fight people.
Now, if there's only some way this rattlesnake could have warned them ahead of time that it was nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, behind the scenes, you see the people in the control room watching this happen and go like, "Oh, that actually hurt him. Let's bring that snake in and see what's wrong with it." Like,
Yeah, and they have another meeting where they're like, "Look, the snake's fine. It just decided to hurt him."
died of a broken heart.
It seems to have the Pac-Man virus.
Nothing
Yeah.
physically wrong with it.
So
It had twins.
fucking prequel. Hey, like,
Also, what do you know about being heartbroken? You're a fucking robot. Anyway,
so I'll give these crazy scientists a little bit of credit in that they were like, "Yo, this isn't safe at all. We should shut the park down." And they're like, "Let's just tell everybody we're overbooked. And we'll just make it through this weekend," which is better than what you usually get out of the bad guy scientists who are like, "No, nothing's wrong. Deny,
if we
deny."
shut down now, we'll be ruined.
Yeah.
Fair.
So they're like, "All right, let's just make it through this weekend with this current crop of guests, and then we'll worry about it after." So then they just basically have to make it the night. And
Well, before we do,
what's that?
we're gonna make Yul Brenner even more powerful.
Oh yeah. It's might as well upgrade Yul Brenner.
Right, yeah.
First off, let's take his face off. For the 70s was an okay special effect.
Sure.
I want to take his face.
He had an all-purpose hose.
Is that on the list?
Yeah, it is.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Maybe if I roll a 20.
Yeah, you roll a 20, big boy. You can choose whatever you want.
All right. So now the banker character becomes the new sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
It's to
Just
nothing.
'cause. And I'm like,
nothing.
this is a golden opportunity because now you have the humans have gotten into diametrically opposed roles. And I'd like to see where this goes, where they both lose themselves in it and forget that, oh shit, that was another person that came in with me. And now you have to deal with the ethics of like one of the humans just killed one of the other ones. No, we don't do that.
No.
This character just disappears. Well, he's in the bar fight too, and then he
In
disappears.
theory, you couldn't do that anyway, because even if they were like, oh, sheriff, you're getting in my way, and like pull the gun on him, they shouldn't be able to shoot him.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Mhm. Theoretically, they shouldn't be able to, but like you still could have. That could have been the moment where they realized they're like, oh, that's actually a person, or something like that. Or if he went crazy and he's still just like, oh, my gun doesn't work, and like comes at him with a knife or something.
Yeah, that definitely is a thing. Because actually, we get into this bar fight. The sheriff shows up at one point. He's just drinking.
Drink.
Yeah, well, he's just got a bottle in hand, so I don't even know why he's there in the first place. But a dude breaks it, and he gets really pissed off and starts fighting. I'm like, what if that was a real dude, and what if he decided to stab him with that bottle piece? Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I have no idea who's who in this bar fight.
I don't either.
Yeah, and it's just a wild fracas.
Yeah.
If there could be multiple humans punching each other.
Like, I know they have the glow eyes at points, but like there needs to be some way to constantly tell who's a robot and who's a human.
Yeah, because as far as I can tell, this whole bar fight is started by robots with other robots.
Either that or
our two leads are just kind of sitting at a table, and then the sheriff, who we know is human, just kind of shows up.
Yeah, you need a definite way of identifying other humans, or you need to be absolutely isolated in there by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the only human in the world.
Yes. I mean, I'll give them, like, if, you know, the two leads there, like, if they went in together. But, like, yeah, you can't have Dick Van Patten just run around as one of these guys, you know.
But also, in a bar fight, have you ever seen someone just punch somebody else's bottle of hooch?
No.
Because, like, the sheriff's like, I'm just going to take a drink. And the other guy just comes over and, like, chops it and shatters the bottle. Like, I've never seen someone attempt that. But anyway,
I guess it's the safety measures. Instead of punching you in the face, is going to attack your booze.
But they're like, these robots are still punching and throwing the humans around. Lightly, I guess, but still doing it.
Yeah.
And they're throwing like heavy shit like bar chairs at the people. They're very much telegraphing that they're doing it, but they're doing it. Yeah.
They're even throwing other robots at each other.
Yeah. Someone does get slid the length of the bar. Which is important. Someone gets thrown off of a balcony through a table.
Yep, you gotta
also
have that.
Important. There's some booming banjo music. The bluegrass is pumping hard. Oh no, it looks like a good time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being in that bar fight. Then we cut to medieval world where you see the guy who's on vacation there runs into Daphne and knocks her laundry over. And he's like, oh, I want to fuck that.
Yeah. So this guy...
fucking the queen, but now...
Yeah, this dude came here with his wife. His wife went to Roman world, I think.
Oh, yeah, because she's just getting fucked.
Yeah.
That's all she's there for.
They're like an older couple. They're like...
Yeah, that's fine.
50s, maybe?
Yeah.
No, I'm just setting it up. I'm setting it up. He's the one that's having an affair with the queen. And is going to fight the Black Knight. But now, he's got his eyes on Daphne.
And also, why?
Well, did you see those boobs?
But I mean, like...
That was a well-endowed robot.
Yeah.
Daphne's attractive. I'm not arguing that part. But what I'm saying is, like, her whole role in this movie is to just be like, oh, one of the robots is not cooperating. Why couldn't that just be the queen? There's no reason
because
for
the queen's
Daphne.
not a sex robot.
Daphne's a sex bot. She's a fembot.
I guess, if you want to really stretch that, but...
Either way,
well, he
makes advances on Daphne. Daphne's like, no, my lord.
Yes.
So,
God damn it.
yeah, Daphne rejects the lord, slaps him. And the scientists are all like, yo, she's a sex bot. She's not supposed to say no.
Oh, shit. Shut it down. Shut it down. There's a problem now.
And she hit him. Like
Yeah, she slapped him right in his dumb,
slap in
fat,
the
jelly
that's
face.
what, you know.
It's nothing, says Tony.
Yeah.
Well,
granted, Tony
gets slapped a lot.
So they're like, yeah, shut everything down. This isn't.
Oh, my sex robots reject.
Yeah, you got to stop calling the girls at the bus stop sex robots, Tony.
All right, so now John and Peter have just passed out.
Whether it's true or not.
Have you seen them?
You all right there, Tony?
No.
All right.
Yeah, I should have some Doritos.
So
Keep my mouth shut.
John and Peter have passed out from the bar fight, and they get up and they start walking home. And then
he makes some comment about how he's feeling cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I thought was weird.
But they had to say that so the gun works on them.
And that, I didn't put that together, but yeah, that makes sense.
Although, I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but it's their attempt.
It makes no sense at all. Like, even if you feel cold, your body temperature should not...
Yeah.
Like, your core temperature would not drop to, like, surrounding area.
But you don't know what it's set to. So, like, maybe the gun won't work at, like, 98.
It's
but
set
like,
to 96.9 degrees. Yeah, okay.
So, 95, we're good.
You're getting
fucking the like night guy is like, I just want to go get breakfast. He's dressed for battle with the Dark Knight or the Black Knight, but he's like,
Batman
let me go.
shows up.
Yeah. It's like, something's wrong with the program.
This is quite wrong.
Things have gone really off the rails. No, I want to specify though. He, as far as I can tell, he's supposed to be headed out to have this major battle with the Black Knight.
He wants to get breakfast first.
Yeah, he wants to shove a
dual.
You don't want to
chicken leg in his
on an
mouth.
empty stomach.
This guy.
But the Black Knight's like, yo, we're fighting now. I'm coming to you.
And the Queen's like, I can stand here.
Yeah. And they
fight for my love.
Yeah, and they start fighting.
Be a light post.
And this sword fight's something. Like, so the guest is just, he's focused on showboating. Like, he's on the table. He's like kicking.
He's done a decent job with his shield work. I was impressed.
Well, with the Black Knight's just throwing the same strike over and over and over.
He's aiming for the shield. Like,
And he's like, he disarms the Black Knight a bunch of times. He's doing all right for himself. And then he realizes he's like, I'm fucking old and my cardio is shot.
And maybe that's it. Maybe the whole point with the swords is that they just keep slowly swinging and missing until you just stab them or whatever.
Well,
which is dumb. But
that's where I went to it's around here where he gets that morning start. I'm like, you cannot account for that one. Like,
that don't work.
Even if it's dull, it's gonna fucking.
It's a big, heavy metal object on a loose fitting. Well, it's chain generally, but string essentially. Like, it's going wherever it wants to go. So, like, even if you do your best, like, you're probably gonna end up hitting somebody with that.
So now the Black Knight, like, he gets the guy's shield away, and he gets him down, cuts his arm, and the guest is like, "Whoa, that's not supposed to happen." And the Black Knight's like, "Really? How about this?" And runs him through, just kills him
right in the gut.
So the park controllers are just like, "Yo, shut this down, shut it down,
shut the power down."
Hit the big button that shuts all our lights off and locks our door.
Yeah. Well, that's it. They turn off the main power to all the battery-driven units. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I understand the units aren't responding to commands, but like,
it doesn't seem to shut the power off to anything other than their door.
But like, turning the lights off isn't going to stop like a remote-controlled, battery-operated thing.
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
Yep. And now the shit won't turn back on, so they're trapped in their room, which the doors are electrically locked with no manual bypass.
Now, I think what we're supposed to believe here is the main computer system itself is maybe infected and is fighting against them, but they are not clear on that at all.
Yeah. That is not given.
No one says anything that.
Yeah.
That's just me assuming things because
it is
you could be right.
Sense.
Who knows?
It is the filmic equivalent of the Far Side cartoon where the kid is leaning against the door that says "pull."
This one scientist is trying the bionic elbow on the door, like fucking trying to, like he's gonna knock down the steel door
that's locked, magnetically locked, or whatever.
So, like, why would you plan this? And like,
no, and there's no emergency release. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And apparently no air vents because they die like immediately.
Yep.
Yo, it's like an hour. And they're dead.
Yeah, and that's it. They're done. Like that's it for basically all the other humans here.
Yep.
So Yul Brynner is waiting for Pete and and John back at the entrance to their hotel. And he just straight up guns Pete down. And Pete's like, "I'm shot," and then just dies.
Yeah. So
John's like, "Well, I gotta go."
All right, so this is where John fucks up. Pete fucks up. Where Mustache Guy fucks up.
Yeah.
So in that moment when the gunslinger kills his friend, he puts his gun back in his holster. Right now, Peter can easily pull his gun and shoot him.
Yeah,
he's a good shot. He's done it a bunch of times already. Like he's pretty quick in his draw.
Yeah,
pretty decent shot. He just do that, but instead he chooses to turn his back on him and run away.
Well, he also had the confidence of feeling safe. Now he doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
But he has the gun. The gun's supposed to be your safety,
now
right?
he's panicking, though. Now
right?
he's panicking. Now it's real.
That's protection, right?
Yep.
That's how you...
Yul Brynner's like, welcome to the real world, jackass.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Threw your buddy on the ground.
It's like
the
all
only way
those
to kill a
people that...
gunslinger with a gun is to also have a gun.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like all those people that talk so much shit during like Call of Duty games and stuff, and then if you get them out in the real world, they'll panic and
They're
run.
a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like, you say he's a good shot. He's been doing this several times, but, like, this thing was under baby controls then. Now it's it's wild. So.
When he gets, when he fans 6 shots at a stationary target 10 feet away, he's a good shot. But, so Yul Brynner just starts walking after him and prepare for a lot of
And this is just the rest of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you get, like, a quick, like, few shots of, like, everyone's getting stabbed in Roman World. It's...
Yeah,
The
you're seeing
orgy
all
is
the
gone.
slaughter.
It's like Ides a month time.
But it's funny because only Roman World has all the robots go nuts.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen in
Medieval world, they just kind of shut down.
Yeah, they shut down. Like the Black Knight kills a dude.
Yep.
And in Western world, only this one robot they show actually malfunctioning. They don't show anyone else. So the banker guy can be fine, and they never show him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out of the movie. So fucking Pete just messes up here. He goes and he lays an ambush. Like, he goes around a corner, gets off his horse, he's got his pistol out, and Yul Brynner's got the bionic hearing. He sees right through that shit. Well, hears right through that shit. You could hear him breathing. Comes at him from a funny angle. So Pete just drops his gun and leaves it there. Like, the moment he comes under fire. Like an ass. And because he's just a regular dude. Like, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, and maybe there's people out there that this will happen to somehow, but like, don't leave a weapon for them to pick up.
Yeah.
Just, even if you're like, I don't know how to use this, I can't use this, bring it with you.
Yeah.
If you
drop it, like, pick it up immediately.
Yeah.
If any listeners out there are ever in like a fantasy world park where the
Chased by
robots
Yul Brynner.
turn evil and start chasing you, keep your weapons on.
Yeah.
Yul Brynner's ever chasing you through a cavern with a 6-shooter, don't drop your gun.
Mm-hmm. So they chase for longer. They find like a park worker who's got his sweet little golf cart, and Yul Brynner just shoots him. There's like this scene, like he has to prove to the park worker that like he's human by showing him his hands. It means nothing because the park worker's just like, "Oh, you're fucked," and then Yul Brynner shoots him, and that's it.
He's also wearing a white jumpsuit, which is like, oh yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing is just to be like, yeah, it's not just the one robot that's trying to kill you. All of them are crazy now. But like, we kind of already knew that. So
Yeah,
like
it's just filling him in.
Talks about he has super hearing and infrared senses now.
Oh yeah.
he's like, oh, you're an upgraded model. He's an upgraded model. You need like acid or something like that to he tells you what like the enemy.
Yeah,
needs
what his weakness is.
Yeah. And then, like, after he walks away, if he ever comes back, he's just going to repeat that last line.
Yeah.
He's killed immediately. He's killed immediately.
But yeah,
but he would have, because he is an NPC.
Yeah,
so
you had to reload your save.
Yeah.
He'd
Or
be
I
there in
mean,
the lab.
he's generic enough that you might encounter another exact copy of him
Yeah.
somewhere else in the world.
Maybe with a different haircut.
And then Peter runs to Roman world and just goes down a hatch, and he's in the he's inside like the back lot. Of
Like,
the
how
park.
did he know? Because he sounded so confident with that worker guy about, oh, I can get out of this.
Yep.
And then immediately he finds a hatch and like, you know, he goes to the Roman world. You see the guy's wife's dead. Like, but how does he know where the fuck to go? Like, it's no.
Yeah, we also, I forgot who was the first to bring this up, but like the horses, aren't they supposed to be robots? Because if they are, why aren't they fighting back as well? And for that matter, why do they have infrared prints?
Yeah.
At one point, he's just following infrared horse prints, and I'm like, isn't that one of the robots?
I think
like, what?
I think maybe only the NPC horses are robots. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, none of it's explained.
Then I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah, so no, why he feels confident is he's like, I'm gonna go find a way into the back lot, and I'm gonna file a complaint.
Okay.
People who run the park.
He's gonna go talk to the
They're
manager.
gonna give me a free vacation. Gonna talk to the manager.
His name is Carol.
Yeah. Then it just
Karen.
Karen,
Yeah.
that's the word I'm
Then-
looking for.
it just cuts to like he's looking in the office at all these assholes that are
That's
just
dead.
dead. He's like, all right, that plan is not going to work.
Not killed by robots, killed by themselves.
Yeah.
By themselves, yeah. They ran out of air.
Yeah, presumably they just locked the door on themselves.
Yeah. Also, the crazy thing I noticed too, that when they turned the power off, the computers
Kept working.
Yeah,
Still
everything
working.
was
running. Like,
Still working.
so
Just
you
lights
just
turned off.
you turned off life support.
Yeah, I joked about it when we were watching it that it was the cool like they weren't like shut the park down or anything. They were just like shut off the lights and we're gonna pretend like we're not here because that's all they really do.
So
Shut off the lights and lock the door.
Yul Brynner follows them down there, and they come to the part where they repair the robots, like that room. And the only thing I can think of is that it's gotten so hot underground because the life support is off that his body temperature is now the same as the robots because everything, like the temperature is above like 98 degrees. Because that's the only way I could think that Yul Brynner does not see him just lying on the fucking table with his infrared vision.
But he yet immediately turns around like, oh, wait, one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's too late. He gets the acid in the face.
One of them smells. Just throwing that out.
Yeah, so he, Peter, whatever the character's name is,
Mustache Man.
Freddie Mercury, like mysteriously just finds all the kinds of acid you could ever possibly want down here.
Well, yeah, at the end of this hallway, there's that treasure chest, and it goes do 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 do, and he gets the acid that he
No,
needs.
see, like the bottles were flashing.
Yeah,
That's how he knew.
Yeah.
Pills here.
I mean, and with all the speed of like inventory command of like use acid on Yul Brynner,
But I was like,
throws it in his face.
It was a quick time event, yeah.
it doesn't even do all that much. Like he throws it right in his face, and it like burns around his face. Because I guess it's supposed to be the damaging the eye stuff.
Put
or
some
whatever,
dry
but,
ice
like,
under his hat.
Yeah. But it's like this would be a great time to have his face fall off and start chasing after him with that hollow.
Yep.
I mean, I know
For
we don't have
some-
the budget for that, but
Yes,
For
this
some
was-
reason, I thought that was like going to be like an iconic scene. It's like I guess like I saw a poster of that, and I thought that was going to be like part of the film is like him roaming around with like robot face, but I never saw it.
No, you can't, get
a
rid of
split
his Yul
second,
Brynner
yes.
face.
Yeah.
So now he runs into medieval world. Yul Brynner is chasing him. He tries to shoot him. His gun is out of batteries. Whatever the fuck that
How
means.
the fuck is that?
You would think that would be a good thing because that would just like turn off the like heat sensor,
But it's
Then the
firing real
gun-
bullets.
and the gun could just work after that.
Well, the gun worked anyway.
Yeah.
Like, he's had no problems with any kind of heat.
I don't know.
Like,
Well,
are you
the
telling
heat
me?
thing was not a problem for a while now.
Yeah, I'm like, are you so?
Which supports Joe's theory about the lowering body temperature business, but it's ridiculous. But if you think about it, that does work.
Sure. Except
But
all
yeah,
the
like,
running
why-
around he's been doing outside in the heat.
Yep.
Well, no, I'm saying I think in the
Underground.
underground, it is so hot that because there's no life support that now like the air temperature is the same as Pete's temperature.
That's possible.
Therefore, the infrared vision isn't going to work.
Damn, that'd be hot.
That would be real hot
I just give up at
Or
that
I see
point.
what you're saying. Okay.
because everyone in that control room was a sweaty bastard.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was also a sealed control room. I don't know about these hallways though.
I don't.
I feel like
That's
that would
why
be
this-
like
I'm trying
Whatever,
to
let's not
explain
try
the
to-
nonsense.
Yeah, stop
Battery
trying.
powered
Stop
gun,
trying.
dumb.
yeah, battery powered
That's what we're
gun
trying
is
to
done.
say.
All right, so now Yul Brynner's like, I guess it's fisticuffs.
Yeah.
We go to medieval world. You think they could have a sword fight? Nope.
Ooh, that would have been cool.
I already had one.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Well, if we could call that a sword fight. Technically, it was a sword fight. But anyway, so he hides by a torch, and that fools Yul Brynner for a while. Then he
Somehow.
lets out like a I can't believe that worked. Yul Brenner's like, gotcha, bitch! So he throws the torch on Yul Brynner, who goes up like a fucking bonfire. Like,
Yeah.
those robots are flammable.
Yeah, we just see this poor stunt guy with this Mardi Gras head under this hat. And he looks like Freddy Krueger, just burning away. It's spectacular.
All right, so now...
There's no way that's a human face.
yeah, Peter's just like, all right, I guess I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And he goes down to the dungeon, and he finds like a woman asking for help in the dungeon. who I thought was Daphne,
We
but
all
is
thought
not
it was
Daphne.
Daphne. Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'm going to give her some water. And she's like, no water. And he's like, shut up. Gives her the water. And her head shorts out and
Now,
shoots sparks out.
again, up until this point, we've been watching all these robots drink booze
Yeah.
and do all this other stuff. So,
Water was their only weakness.
yes.
But also, again, great time to be like, I'll save you. Oh, wait, your hands.
Yep,
You're a
nope.
robot or something. Nope.
No, you fell right
meant
for
nothing,
that
just,
shit.
yeah.
And then Yule Brother's like, I'm back.
Because
Yeah.
and
I'm all crispy.
only like my face and chest are burning. The rest,
Yeah.
like my rest of my outfit is fine.
my pants are totally good.
And then
It's all supposed to
Yeah.
be charcoal black, but it already was, so...
it turns
fine.
out he's blind now, so he like walks off his platform and falls on the ground, and his face falls off, and you see like the hollow cavity of his head, and it looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
And then
for a
sparks
half
shoot
second
out.
before he falls down, it just
Yeah.
sparks up.
And he dies.
Eh.
So now Peter's like, all right, let me just sit down here. And you see that guy from the beginning, like his voice comes back in about like, you'll have the vacation of a lifetime. Roll credits.
Yeah, credits.
And it's
Credits.
like happy banjo picking music. Like,
Yeah.
woo!
It's a hootenanny.
Oh my gosh. And that was Westworld. And we're going to take a quick break and be right back. All right, guys, we just watched Westworld. Tony, what do we got?
All right. So, on RottenTomatoes.com, critics gave this a score of 86%. Audience gave this a score of 70%. That's their thoughts and opinions. What about you and yours, Rob?
Yeah, I'd say 70% is about accurate. There's nothing terrible about, like, the movie's stupid. It's real stupid, but it's watchable. There's no point where I was like, when is this going to be over? Make it end. There are parts in the middle where Yul Brynner's just like wandering around after this dude, where you're like, let's get to the point, everybody. But overall, it's not bad. It was a totally fine watch. And it is insanely stupid. Your head will explode trying to figure this out. So
Like
I'm going to
Yul
say,
Brynner.
yeah, like Yul Brynner's face. So I'll say, yeah, give it at least one watch. You know, it'll be interesting to kind of see where Jurassic Park came from, like the beginning seeds of that. But yeah, that's about how I feel about it.
Okay, Brian.
A C's about right. Because it's nice to see like the precursor to some of the sci-fi things that we know today. We're so used to seeing this done better in other forms, video games, whatever, that like it seems to us now. But the 70s probably like was all right, you know, and the book probably was awesome. Like, but yeah, C's about right. So some things could have been changed. You know, some the plot device could be used a little bit differently. They could have shown us human killing human, and then have everything hit the fan after that. You know, like that makes the robot short circuit or some shit like that because the human dies. I don't know, but yeah, the C's about right. There's some stupid shit happens, but it is worth a watch. And then you get to like watch Battlestar Galactica, and like you know, where like you can't tell who's human, who's not, kind of shit. Like anyway, yeah, watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say C+ from me. Going into it, not having seen it before, but just knowing the basic plot, knowing that it was kind of an important sci-fi movie for the time. It was a fun watch. Probably will never watch it again. It's only 90 minutes, which was really nice. Like, it wasn't too long. I could have seen it like as like an hour-long like show, like a hour-long Twilight Zone or something, if you take away certain plots, because I feel like some shots went on way too long and some of the action went on a bit too long. But 90-minute movie, totally fine. And I'm not seeing the second season of the show, but if you enjoyed like the basic premise, the first season of the show is really fun. It's like a slow burn, so things are explained a lot more, and shit doesn't hit the fan till like the last episode. So it's kind of like explains the world a bit more and all the science and stuff like that. So
A lot more sex robots, though, right?
yeah, a lot of sex.
Okay. Yeah, I agree on the C rating, although I'm leaning towards a skip because the problem I have is they have I like the general idea, but I think you're better off maybe watching like the show or something where it's handled better, because so much of this is leading up to the stuff you want to watch. Mm-hmm. Like I like that we're getting a backstory, but like I don't need a full hour of it. Like they're doing a good job of like, oh, there's a problem, and then the problem's a little bigger, and then whatever. But like let's let's move it along with that. Let's jump the first scene or whatever. Be like, hey, I'm starting to notice a problem with the such and such, and like get into it, because what you want to see is the robots kind of going nuts and attacking people. And that's like the last half hour. The first hour is just kind of and slow. So yeah, I mean, a C is fitting, and I know for the time it was probably a bigger deal. So yeah, if you're interested, check it out. But like, for the most part, you can watch Jurassic Park, read the book, or watch the TV show, and I'm sure you'll get the idea and better done. So, yeah, C. Joe.
I mean, I liked it. No.
I was hoping that was it.
That
That would have been nice.
No, like, I mean, I'm going to recommend it. This movie, I feel kind of the opposite. Like, this movie needed to be 2 hours long and needed like an expansion on the second and third acts. Like it need more of a why as to why these robots are going nuts, and then more actual like robot going nuts action. But like that being said, though, like it wasn't bad, and I, like everyone else has said, I would imagine in the 70s this was quite impressive. I do still like the Yul Brynner's head effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got a lot of dumb stuff in it. I think it's like pretty much everyone else has said, it's to see it once because, you should see it. But after that, I mean, I would say like, if you want to watch robots like chasing after people, watch Terminator, and like, if you want to see like a theme park gone wrong, watch Jurassic Park, and there you go.
You want to see Westworld done right, watch the show.
Yeah. But it did make me interested in the show. And if I did watch TV shows, I would consider checking it out.
Ooh. All right. So.
All right, my question is, like, if the water caused her to short out, I mean...
No, Brian.
Never mind.
No, Brian.
Again, see, here's the thing.
Canister. It's like a fleshlight you just unscrew and set off. It's fine.
No, but like those robots will do what you want to do. Like, does just like putting something else in her mouth short her out? Like,
well, so here's the thing.
No,
was she just an unfinished model?
What was the point of that robot?
She can do that, but she has to she needs to excuse herself to change canisters. Like she needs to.
So was that a torture bot and not a sex bot?
Yes.
That was a torture bot.
I'm telling you, there's a reason she was in the dungeon.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
she has 2 functions, and that's it.
She was not a sex robot.
No.
Yeah, to beg for help and to say
look
no
pretty
water.
and scream for help.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And they missed an opportunity. I mean, I know they probably wouldn't do this. This is me being perverted. But on the Roman world, like, I would imagine some of the robots going nuts just didn't stop.
It's like from 7.
People died because the robot just went full robot during the act.
Yep. Sex robot.
Splitter in
sex
two.
robot.
The
Sex robot.
old
Wangatron.
Wangatron.
If it was a female robot, she just like scissors someone in half, like her legs, like
He's made of sex.
Like a praying mantis.
Anyway.
All right.
Right. On that note, well, that was Westworld, everybody.
Coming to your town.
Welcome to 2020.
Do you want to get down?
And that was Tony's role. So, Brian, I believe it's your role.
Oh, the roll?
D20. It's right here. The D20
it's
fate is
back
officially
now,
back
okay.
in action.
D20 fate. D20 fate.
So make it
20 fate. D20 fate.
make us all proud.
D20 fate. Roll is die.
D20 fate.
17.
All right. Well, let's see. All right. Oh
me?
boy.
This is the best part, seeing Rob's reaction.
Yeah. We're in the mid 90s, everybody.
Fuck.
Hope you're happy. It's 1994's Speed.
Well, better than the second one.
Yeah, which we already went through.
Oh, yeah. Get all Keanu Reeves action.
Yeah. Is this Gary Busey?
Dennis Hopper.
Oh,
Dennis Hopper. Okay, I knew it was one of the crazy guys.
And Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels, yep.
For a little bit.
Jeff Daniels.
Spoiler
Really?
alert.
In there too?
And I think this introduced the world to Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Did it?
Well, I think this was the one where she got popular.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
let's save it.
But yeah, one interesting thing I did realize, Westworld was officially the first movie on our list in chronological order.
Yes.
So it was the one.
It was indeed the one.
Yeah.
That is true. You're not wrong.
Cross the one off the list.
Shouldn't we just do 2 then? Kidding. All right.
Anyway, guys, that is our episode. We want to thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard, please consider subscribing. For our episode archive, merch store, and more information, check out our website at 4ampodcast.podbean.com. And I will say, I mentioned this earlier to you guys, I am currently sporting a 4am podcast logo t-shirt. Ooh. And it is freaking comfortable. This thing is so soft. Like I could totally wear this to sleep and be happy. But I could also totally wear it. It's like comfy enough that it feels good, and it's loose enough that I don't feel too fat. So it's
the size fits nice.
The size fits, yeah. So really, if you like what you hear, maybe you like what you see.
You're not gonna like what you see, but you're gonna like what you feel. It's gonna feel good. Just don't open your eyes.
Are these coming out of Men's Warehouse?
Yeah, actually. So do check out our merchandise store on our website, and it really does actually help support us. So that's kind of a big deal. You can contact us by following us on Twitter or Facebook at 4am Podcast. And you can always email us at the4ampodcast@gmail.com. And thanks again to our patrons. If you want to help support what we do, you can join those guys.
So maybe more of us can afford some t-shirts.
Correct. At patreon.com/4am Podcast. But that is it for now, guys. We will see you in the next episode for Speed 1 regular control. Or out of control. No boats in this one, right?
Nope.
No boats.
All right, great. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Deuces.
Adios.
Good night, everybody.